good vibrations.
Hello, everybody. It's been a couple of months. I'm back. I had to move. I moved from one state to another, from Texas to Oklahoma, and I've just been on a little hiatus and just getting adjusted, just really loving it here. But here we go on our next Tufti video. I hope you've all been practicing and creating your reality using the Tufti method, but we're on the chapter of meta power. So we've gotten used to illuminating the frame, right? And using the plate technique without exerting effort. And now we're going to learn the flip side to power, meta power, and that is exciting. So the key here is to allow reality to create, and we stand aside in observer mode. So when you're utilizing the outer intention, you're connecting to what? Your higher self. And what's that again? Okay, so you have your mind, your ego, your amigo, and then you have your subconscious mind, which actually takes the programming in, right? And then you have your higher self or soul, and that's your outer intention. And so that is really key, that you start to learn to view from your observer mode, not from your conscious mind. So conscious mind wants to get it going and use effort and force to make things happen. So we have to kind of get used to going into observer mode and looking at things through your higher self, through the soul. And that's where it's really important. Again, I know I talk about this a lot, is in training your heart to your frequency. And when you keep your frequency in alignment, that helps a lot to connect to your higher self. So you got your brain entrainment, your heart entrainment, your brain to heart coherence. It just makes it easier when you're utilizing your frame illumination method. And sometimes, I'll find myself slipping into ego and getting irritated, and then I'm like, ooh, where am I coming from? Am I coming from my conscious mind, or am I seeing things from my observer mode, which is just all about perception, and things look differently from observer mode. Really important point. So meta power is a flip side to power, and it's the opposite of exerting force. And so that's something that we're just going to have to get used to a little bit, to stand back and let the reality do its thing. So Tufti's going to use the mirror example, analogy, to help us understand this. So on this side of the mirror is reality, it's tangible. On the other side is a reflection. And so that is where we're going to allow the composing to happen. So are things that we cannot touch real? Yes, they are. And that's what you want to wrap your mind around. It's a very important point. So on the other side of the mirror is the film roll archive with all these different variations of the future. That's what all the parallel universes, or we could have all the different timelines. So our analogy is all the different film rolls, right, in our movie, and that's the exciting part about it. And we are going to allow it to create. Now we've already saw the end of what we want because we illuminated our frame, correct? Right. So if everything is on the other side of the mirror, how do we get there? Well, guess what? We've been practicing it all along. We wake up, I see myself, I see my reality, and that's how you get there. That's how you get to the other side. You don't just get pulled along your script. You've got to wake up. You've got to see yourself, I see my reality. And that's why we've been hammering that in for chapter after chapter. We're wanting to wake up our virtual mannequin, right? Okay, so on this side of the mirror is our mannequin, and on the other side's the virtual mannequin. And when you see yourself, I see my reality, when you wake up, then that's when you pass through. Okay, let's get into that meta attention, intention, and meta power. These are the things that we're learning right now, and we'll get a sense of how that feels when we start to practice. And again, there's that word. It just takes a bit of letting things go and not exerting so much effort, which we're just so trained to do. And like the last few months, I've had to really let go of everything that I knew. And when you move physically, it's a big deal. And everything is new, and you just kind of let things flow and let things go. And I've also been doing a whole lot of traveling, even through the pandemic. That was just what my life turned out to be. I was not sequestering. I was not in lockdown just because of the move, having to travel back and forth and clear things out and creating my new reality, which I have here in Oklahoma. So just, really start to try to feel what it's like to be on both sides of the mirror, the reflection of the mirror, and what it feels like to use your meta power. So to wrap up the chapter on meta power, so the plot will be your meta power tool, and then your frame illumination is the method of composing your reality, and then just practicing and understanding the mirror method or the mirror concept. That's kind of fun, and it's just all about having fun and relaxing. Now, for me, I know I've said before, I really love doing my frame illumination in water for some reason, and I'm lucky enough to have a pool here where I live. So when I'm in the pool is when I do a lot of my plot activation. I don't know what it is about the water, but being submersed in the water. But everybody has their different ways of doing it, and kind of get creative with it and what feels comfortable. And don't worry so much about, I can't feel my plate, I don't know what that feels like. Use your imagination if you have to. Don't actually try to feel it from your physical body. Imagine it. So imagine your soul body, and then it has the plot, and it has the frame illumination, and then you see it in the screen in front of you. Your movie and what's going on and your outcome. That's one technique you can use. You don't have to be in water. That's just how I like to do it. But I really encourage creativity, and that's just something that's really a good thing to use. Use that imagination. Use the magic that's in life. Okay, I'm gonna close this one up. And also want to encourage you to watch Transurfing TV with Renee Garcia and the International Transurfing Facebook page, ITT. I'll put links to that. Please join. They're always having great conversations where you can ask questions and be in a community. And we're just free of a lot of worldly politics and that kind of stuff, and we're really focused on composing, creating a reality, and finding solutions. And also there's a rollout of a 2.0 Transurfing classes. That's really exciting, and they're all endorsed by Buddy New Zealand too, which is nice. So you can get some really great teachings and take some courses if you really want to get further into it. Sometimes self-study is not as that easy because we don't have that discipline, but taking a good course, and that really helps. And I haven't taken them yet, but I've had a friend of mine that's really been successful with the Mo Money course, and he's one of my authors actually, and he's just enjoying it and turning it on to everybody else. So okay, so I'll see you on the next video, and make sure you get your book and start reading it little by little, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.